Level 1. First time. You're at a party. Music pounds through your chest, lights pulse like living entities. Everyone seems to be having the best night of their lives. Laughter echoes, bodies sway, glasses clink. Someone passes you something. A pill, a line, a hit off a pipe you don't recognize. Peer pressure hangs in the air like smoke, heavy, tangible. You hesitate. You've heard the warning since childhood, anti-drug PSAs, school talks, your mom's voice saying, just say no, but everyone else seems fine. Better than fine. Your friend leans in. Just once, trust me, you'll love it. Just once. That phrase, innocent sounding, has started every addiction story ever told. You take it. The first high hits. Your brain releases dopamine like fireworks erupting in your nervous system. More intense than your first kiss. More magical than Christmas morning. More pleasure than anything nature ever offered. Happiness, thrill, anxiety relief. It all floods in at once. Insecurity is silent for the first time. You feel perfect. The music is sharper. The lights glow warmer. The people around you feel like your closest friends. That one-time use, that first high, rewires your brain, etching a blueprint of pleasure. You don't see the trap yet, but it's been set. Level 2. Recreational use. Weeks later, same party, same offer, you take it again. Rules emerge, weekends only, never alone, never more than twice a week. The illusion of control is strong. High you is confident, outgoing, magnetic. Sober, you is anxious, awkward, invisible. Grades slip, deadlines are missed, work suffers. Rationalizations multiply. I can stop any time. I'm different. I'm special. Everyone believes it in the beginning. The high is now. The future is abstract. You chase the feeling, not realizing the chains forming quietly beneath the fun. Level 3. Regular use. Weekends aren't enough. Tolerance builds. What once worked barely scratches the itch. You start using alone. Chasing the high becomes a mission, an obsession. Your dealer becomes a central figure, a constant in your shifting world. Financial cost skyrockets. Lies come easy. Rationalizations endless. Identity begins to blur. The person you used to be fades into a distant memory. Loss of self is subtle but total. One day, you realize you've become someone you wouldn't have recognized just months ago. Level 4. Dependence. You wake up sick. Morning dose, afternoon dose, evening dose, night dose, calibrated survival. Withdrawal is a constant, silent tyrant. Your brain is rewired. The substance isn't pleasure anymore. It's maintenance, necessity. The world shrinks to the next fix. Relationships crumble under neglect. Work becomes meaningless. Attempts to quit fail, leaving shame, guilt, and fear in their wake. You're trapped in a mental prison of your own making. Level 5. Addiction. Pretense is gone. The mask you wore for friends, family, co-workers, shattered. Jobs are lost, friendships evaporate, trust is gone. Stealing becomes routine, first small, then bigger. Anything to secure the next fix. Lies flow like water. There's no pause, no moral filter. Every excuse, every story is a thread in a tapestry of deception. Your reflection in the mirror is a stranger. Hollow eyes, sallow skin, hands that tremble even when idle. Sickness creeps in. Aches, tremors, sweating, vomiting. Your body screaming in protest, yet your mind pushes forward, numb to the warnings. Chemical dependence is absolute. The substance is no longer a choice, it is the center of your universe. Relationships, passions, dreams. They exist only as shadows, faint memories of another life. Every action, every thought, every fleeting emotion filtered through a single question. How does this affect my ability to use? A call from your mother, ignored. A friend reaching out, distrusted. Opportunities, unnoticed, wasted, irrelevant. Happiness, love, ambition. They are distant, alien concepts, relics of a past self. The high that once promised joy, connection, meaning, now demands everything. Every penny, every moral boundary, every ounce of pride is sacrificed. Time itself is measured in doses, cravings, and the frantic calculations of how to survive until the next fix. Fear and shame coexist with obsession. You know this is destroying you, yet the need overrides every rational thought. The world narrows until it exists solely around obtaining and using. Life becomes a tunnel vision of consumption, a brutal cycle with no exit. In this stage, you are fully ensnared. The person you once were, the hopes, the dreams, the potential, feels irretrievably lost. The high is no longer a pleasure, it is a command, a necessity, the only thing that offers relief from the unbearable weight of withdrawal. Your body, your mind, your soul, everything belongs now to the substance, and the cost is absolute. Level 6. Rock bottom. Homelessness. The streets are your home now. Cold, concrete mornings, rain seeping into every layer of clothing, sunburned skin in summer, frostbite in winter. Your body betrays you. Health deteriorates, teeth crumble, hair thins, skin bruises from unnoticed knocks, illness festers, infections, fevers, tremors. Your body is fragile, worn, screaming for care it will never receive. Overdose is always a shadow, always a threat, a gamble with odds you no longer even calculate. Isolation presses in like a physical weight. No one calls, no one notices. Regret and grief settle over you like a heavy fog, blurring memory and hope alike. Every value, every principle, every moral compass sacrificed to the need that now governs your existence. Fear becomes a constant companion. Death is no longer abstract. It walks beside you, a silent observer waiting for a misstep. That first high, the one that promised euphoria, confidence, and escape, feels like a dream from another lifetime. Beautiful, impossible, untouchable. A memory of a self that seems unreal, almost fictional. Now the high doesn't bring joy. It costs everything. Money, health, dignity, relationships, even the possibility of a future, spent, lost, irretrievable. Survival is measured in hours. Every decision, every movement revolves around the next fix, the next hit, the next hitless hour endured. The world is hostile, alien, unrecognizable. Strangers' eyes are wary, voices suspicious. Every interaction carries the threat of violence, judgment, or betrayal. Hunger, pain, shame, and paranoia are constants. You exist on the margins of life, invisible yet hypervisible in all the wrong ways, a shadow of your former self. At rock bottom, the substance is no longer a companion. It is a master. Your body is its vessel, your mind its playground, your soul its prisoner. The cost of using has reached its peak, and yet the cycle continues, unbroken, merciless. Escape feels impossible. Hope is a memory. You are alone, but paradoxically you cannot stop, for the addiction has claimed every inch of your being. Level 7. Choice. Intervention arrives like a jolt to the system, sometimes quiet and steady, a hand extended through the fog, sometimes abrupt, sudden, unavoidable. Denial, once a fortress, cracks, fractures appear, letting in shards of truth. Shame rises like a tidal wave, grief claws at your chest, regret sinks deep into every fiber of your being. You are confronted with the magnitude of loss, the years surrendered, the bridges burned. Rehab begins. The first steps are awkward, painful, disorienting. Your body remembers the substance more vividly than your mind remembers freedom. Withdrawal hits like a storm. Sweat, tremors, nausea, panic. But it's coupled with small victories, a moment of clarity, a deep breath without anxiety, a day without craving. Support networks activate. Family, friends, counselors, sponsors, faces, voices, hands, reach in to pull you from the edge. At first, you resist. Skepticism, fear, and old habits fight back. Motivation flickers, fragile but undeniable, a candle in the dark. You say yes. Maybe out of hope, maybe out of desperation, maybe simply because someone believes you can. You leave your old life behind, stepping into unfamiliar terrain. The streets, the parties, the habits, they belong to a version of you that no longer exists. Odds are grim. Statistics weigh heavy. Relapse is common, failure frequent, temptation everywhere. Every day is a negotiation with the past, a balancing act between old impulses and new beginnings. But life is still possible. The substance no longer controls every choice. You're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for those who refuse to give up on you. The people who held the line when you couldn't, who saw the person beneath the addiction and refused to let that self disappear. In this level, survival transforms into action, action into choice, and choice into the fragile, luminous possibility of redemption. Level 8. Recovery. The process begins, often slowly, sometimes painfully. Withdrawal symptoms linger like shadows. Restless nights, waves of nausea, tremors, anxiety that ebbs and flows with your heartbeat. Cravings arrive unannounced, triggered by a song, a smell, a memory, or a place. Group therapy becomes a lifeline, a mirror reflecting not only your struggles but your strength. Sponsor calls, mentor guidance, community support, they build scaffolding for a life that once felt impossible. Recovery is one day at a time. Each day is both fragile and monumental. Slowly, you rebuild the structures of life that addiction tore apart. Trust, relationships, routines, purpose. You learn your triggers, the subtle signals your body and mind send, and you practice strategies to navigate them. Long-term recovery demands constant vigilance. The memory of addiction never fully disappears. It lurks in your nervous system, waiting for weakness, but you grow stronger with every choice to resist. Resilience grows. Mistakes happen, relapse may visit, but it is framed not as failure, but as a lesson, a recalibration. You keep moving forward. 1 year sober becomes 2, then 5, then 10. Urges quiet over time, but they never vanish completely. You learn that life isn't perfect, that joy and pain coexist, but it's real, and it's yours. You survived. And every day is a victory. Every day is a gift, one day at a time. If you found this story meaningful, do us a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this journey because someone out there might be fighting their own battle and needs to know they are not alone, and recovery is possible.